Today we're going to crochet a cat claw pendant. I knit it with double thread. It can be used to make bag hanging coasters. So what? I made it with a single strand. It's mini. It can be used to make small pendants and decorations. First, we wrap 2 rings around our fingers, about the width of 2 fingers. Then pinch the needle ring with your thumb and middle finger. The gesture of the left hand bypasses the little finger first. Then bypass the index finger. Hold the needle ring between your thumb and middle finger. Thread the crochet into the needle lifting ring. Bring out a coil. Then take another stitch in the winding, so we can fix the needle lifting ring. Next we crochet 2 braid needles. A crochet winds a coil. This is a variant needle. Crochet winding. Let's continue to crochet a braid needle. Then, we need to hook in the big hole for the needle. Weave 6 jujube needles. Crochet winding. Thread the crochet into the needle lifting ring. Hook and weave a coil. Now there are 3 coils on the crochet. This is an unfinished medium length needle. Then we follow this method. Continue. Expenditure on hook. 3 times. This is the second unfinished medium length needle. Third. Unfinished medium long needle. We have to pull the thread the same length. Fourth unfinished medium long needle. We have drawn 4 unfinished medium and long needles. Then the crochet is wound. Pull out all the coils on the crochet at one time. This is a modeling needle. A jujube-shaped needle formed by a medium-long needle unfinished 4 times. The braid formed on the side is our first stitch. Let's mark it with a marking buckle. Then crochet a braid needle. A braid needle should be followed behind each modeling needle. Don't forget to tick. Then the crochet winding continues to hook in the needle lifting ring. Weave an unfinished 4 times. Early running needle composed of medium and long needles. Then the crochet is wound. Pull out all coils at once. Then tell a braid pin. Now we have purchased 2 modeling needles. We're going to hook in this ring. Weave 8 modeling needles. Next, we follow the same method. Continue to crochet 6 styling needles. After 8 modeling needle hooks are woven, we crocheted a braid needle. Next, let's deal with the opening. Pull the needle back. Then pull the line segment inside. Pull the thread outside. After tightening, the needle ring will shrink. Put the crochet back into the needle lifting ring. Hook a drawing needle with the first needle. Then hook another stitch. Cut the thread. We'll hook it the first time we pull it out. Then we tell the second lap. In the second lap, the position where we put the needle was 2 early hours. In this big gap between the needles. Feel free to find a gap to penetrate. Bring a line in. Crochet 3 braid needles. Then the crochet is wound. Stay. The braid needle is in the same hole. Hook and weave a modeling needle. Tell a braid station. Then the crochet is wound on the same east edge. Knit a modeling needle inside. Then crochet a braid needle. That's how we are. Every gap is in the same gap. Hook out 2 jujube needles inside. It's like adding a needle in this gap. Then we came to the second gap. We're in the second gap. 2 jujube needles are also woven in the same gap. Then crochet a braid needle. Then we are in the remaining 6 gaps. Hook and weave 2 jujube needles in each gap. After the hook is woven, we hooked a drawing needle with the first needle. Then crochet another stitch. We cut the thread and pull out the end of the thread. We'll hook it for the second lap. Next, let's hook the third circle. In the third lap, we change the brown line. Look for a hole at will. Bring line in. First hook 3 braid needles. Thread through the copper hole with a crochet. Inside the eye. Continue to crochet 3 times in this hole. We are equal to in every gap. 2 jujube needles were added. After purchase, we come to the next gap. Crochet a drawing needle. Then the crochet wound to the next gap. Hook and weave 3 early running stitches in the same hole. In the same hole. After 3 times of modeling needle hook weaving. Well, tell me about a braid pin. Then come to the next gap. Purchase a drawing needle. What about our meat mat? There are 4 groups to buy. We can continue to buy 2 more groups. After 4 groups of meat mat hooks are woven, we crochet 3 braided needles. Then return to Tongdanju in the 4th butcher's shop. Crochet a drawing needle. Buy another Geely needle. Disconnection. Buckle with mark. Mark the first and last stitches of the meat mat. After marking, we change the main color of the line. Let's start with this needle. Line brought into body color. Buy a lucky needle. Next, children's whole eye hook weave a short needle. This is our first shot. Mark it with a marking buckle. Then we came to the meat mat. Inside the first needle of the meat pad part, we tell you a short needle. The second stitch is also a short stitch. At this time, the first shape is for the corresponding 2 short needles. We're good enough. Then we come to the second modeling needle. The corresponding 2 stitches above. We're on these 2 needles. Add 1 needle each. Add a short needle to each hook. Then we came to the last modeling needle. Corresponding 2 needle meshes. We're on these 2 needles. Crochet a short needle respectively. Then we are at this position of the pull-out needle. Through the brown line lens. Crochet a short needle. Then we told the second group. Group 2. The first shape is for the corresponding 2 stitches. We each crochet a short needle. The second shape is for the corresponding 2 stitches. Let's add 1 shot each. The third shape is for the corresponding 2 stitches. Let's each hook a short needle. Follow the same method. Hook the rest of the meat mats. Mark buckle here is the last short needle. Then we came under the meat mat. If you peel it off here, you can see that there is a needle eye here. Let's knit a short needle here. Then continue to crochet 4 short needles. After the 4 short needles are hooked, we crochet in the next hole. The addition of a short needle. Then continue to crochet 2 short needles. Then in the next hole, an additional needle for crocheting a short needle. Then continue to tell the 2 short needles. The addition of a short stitch in the next stitch. Then crochet 4 short needles. Take off the first pin mark buckle. Knit an eye with the first needle and pull out the needle. Lay aside a braid pin. Disconnection. Arrow pull out.